Hello, my friend. Happy day. I am looking forward to this conversation, and it's also making me a little nervous because this is a huge, huge topic. And it's a topic that gets intertwingled into my work often. The breath work, holding space for people's inner journey. It's almost like you can't really separate this topic from it, and it's time that I speak to it, and I'm just going to do it in a way that feels most authentic and true in this moment on this day. So thank you for the space to do so, and I hope it invites you to look at your own heart and your own journey and where you are in this area, because it's a big one. All right, and what is sparking this conversation today is I am witnessing many people in my life, many people who I interact with online who have been on the spiritual path, turning back or turning for the first time towards religion, specifically the Christianity, the Christian religion, and really going like all in, like Jesus is my savior vibes, and like all the way in. And there are parts of that feel so beautiful, and I feel so happy for you/them, my friends that are experiencing this. And there are also parts of me that want to speak to all the ways we can look at this journey. And so if this is you, if you're already listening, you're like, oh yeah, that's me, I'm giving my life back to Christ, I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear what that experience has been like for you. The religion trend is a big one right now, and part of me feels like it's very much that. The marketing and the outpouring of hopping into a religion, it's enticing, and also I can tell there are personal benefits that are being experienced there. So I'm aware of that, and I acknowledge it, and I personally am coming to you today very much in deep respect for the teacher that was Jesus, the character of Jesus, or the man of Jesus. You know, we only really have stories of him to connect to. Stories that I don't really know how to verify their validity. I think the Bible itself as a spiritual text is full of codes. But ultimately, my personal belief still lies with there being just a fraction of separation still present in any religious sect that's currently present, and to purify it completely so it is free from the inverted energy that's at the core of all religion. That's difficult, but I do feel some people are trying to do that. I think the really beautiful pieces of following any religion, and when I speak to Christianity, I'm speaking to specifically applying the teacher of Jesus to your life and your values. I think God, G-O-D, lives outside of Christianity. God is the benevolent presence that my heart connects to on the reg, on a daily basis. Freaking love God, love the Creator, love the just source of limitless love and potential and creativity that all beings are connected to. But I think, the beautiful parts of Christianity and gathering for a religious practice are like the power of being together, the power of joining, gathering with a shared intention, the power of opening our hearts and using voice and sound and words, prayer. Prayer is spellcasting. Prayer is the ultimate form of manifestation and magic. And to me, the disheartening part of Christianity is it leaves no space for magic because it believes that that's where evil spirits can be let in. And it's correct in that. I think that's why so many people that were very deep into spirituality got exposed to how malevolent forces can access people through spiritual practices, through crystals, through tarot cards, through yoga, through breath work, because you're open. Your consciousness is open, your mind is open, your awareness is open. And a lot of people went into those arenas without any form of protection. And so they themselves were vulnerable to evil, yes, but honestly, just dark forces that have to be sustained by fear and guilt and depression. It's literally it's their nutrition. And so from that, of course, everybody turned back, or people are turning back to a religious anchor because it is a layer of protection from some things. But it's kind of a double-edged sword because it's also a level of separation still. This is just to me. Can you have both? I think, yeah. I think you can have an attachment to teachings of Christ and the oneness that supersedes even that. And there is solid science, there is solid metaphysical proof that magic is real. God lives in the magic. Nothing in me feels good to separate it and say that there is no room for magic. We, again, only know a fraction of what reality really is and life really is and what life beyond death really is. Again, I think religion gives people a lot of absolutes. It makes them feel safe because it's trying to tell you what's real. Those truths also never sat fully well with me. I love to be able to ask questions. I love to be able to not know. I love to be able to have my mind just blown at what's possible. And as in all things in life, any areas in which we are being limited, there's an opportunity to expand outside of that. So this is just the first of many conversations I want to have about this. And if you are deeply devout to any religious practice, I love you and I see you. And I think there's beauty in it. There's beauty in the practices, beauty in the rituals. And as long as they are not leading us deeper into harm towards ourselves or others, then I think that they're doing their job. And sometimes I see them doing more harm by activating the energy of judgment, righteousness. I am right, I am correct, this is the only way. Separates you from your fellow human. And maybe it's worth all of us looking at what's our next level of liberation look like, and Are these boxes I'm putting myself in getting too cozy? Are they making me think that I know how it is? Because I promise you, you have no idea. And I have no idea. And that is so wildly humbling. And it's awesome not to know. Because then we get to approach our lives with the curiosity of a child. And from that curious place, the metaphysics of it is that we radiate a frequency that says, I'm okay not knowing, and I am open to the awe and wonder of God's creation of this world. We do that internally, and we just say, I'm okay not knowing, and I am open to the awe and wonder that is me, that is my purpose, that is my unique expression. We protect ourselves through knowing, through the knowing. This is the rabbit hole of knowing that there is actually harm being done. There is actually forces at play that do not want to see humanity thriving. We can't look around. We can't open our eyes to the reality of that we're sharing and not see that. It's okay to admit it. It's okay to give it names. It's okay to study what it is. It's okay to study how it operates. I've been doing that behind the scenes, and I will be talking about it more and more, just what I have learned. And again, I don't know the ultimate truth. I know pieces of it, and maybe we won't ever know the full puzzle. But the love that gets activated within the unknown is palpable. And that's what I keep coming back to, keep coming home to. So this conversation is an open-ended one, and I want to keep coming back to it. And I just want to ask you today, what has your journey with this been? What is your journey with religion and faith and God and Jesus and all of it? And can we have this conversation from a place of love? Can you hear these words and just come back to the knowing of your own heart? And any religion that pulls you away from the knowing of your own heart is doing harm. Any experience or teacher or guide or teaching that calls you back to yourself, to your own heart, because you can trust it. It is pure at its core because God made it and it's connected to God. There can be room for all of it, space for everything. And I'd love to know, what are you making space for? What's your relationship with all of this? And I just look forward to keeping going. And you're doing a great job. That's all for today. We'll see you next time. I'm going to take a big breath in. And I'm going to let it go.